Give us an idea on commonsku, how commonsku has improved team communication with your reps and your team at Vanguard. And while you're doing that, I'm going to show my screen, and we can sort of look at the CRM tool while we're talking. But how has it improved communication with your team? Because you got a pretty large team and you have all
Yeah.
these complex projects.
I think on one point, the biggest point is visibility. I think you'll see within the CRM, within the program, you can look at a project and really understand where something started for, where it grew, and how it got to its end result.
Right.
Um, I think for us, an education factor, because a lot of our team members and our sales staff didn't have that promotional education. I think it's also helped them develop their understanding of how production works, of how projects works, of how the supplier distributor relationship works, and it gets them to that growth point to where we need to be today.
What kind of impact on your team did you see at Vanguard after initially adopting commonsku? I mean, you went from sort of the file cabinets and job jackets to a fairly sophisticated platform.
So I'll let you know we still have the filing cabinets, but now they're just filled with amazing spec samples. So the cabinets are still here. I could show you them if you guys wanted, but I won't. I think the first thing without saying is efficiency, right? Like
Yeah,
the biggest thing, no matter what the industry is you want to create the most efficiency possible with the team members you have. And I
yeah.
found that Common SKU was able to do that for us. It was having my team work faster. It was having my team get to the products that they needed on POs faster. The integration with some of the suppliers that we have allows us to get the POs to them faster, as well as the information back from the suppliers as far as tracking and order status is way faster than us picking up the phone and constantly saying, "Hey, what's the status on my purchase order?"
Right.
But I think honestly, it made everybody happier. I think when you don't have those efficiencies,
Mm.
it tends to bog your team down and it makes a team stress and not be able to feel like they can get their job executed the way they want.
As a manager, how do you stay on top of things using commonsku? I mean, what are key reports or sort of some key rhythms that you're into that help you stay on top of projects?
So for us, the dashboards are amazing, both the sales dashboard and the production dashboard. On the sales dashboard side, we look a lot at projections as far as where we are sales wise and where we're trying to get to. We look a lot at what projects are open. We look a lot at what projects are past due. Because we use those to kind of gauge where the business is going and where the business is going to be in the next 3 to 6 months. On the production side, the production dashboard we use because the ability to get a quick glimpse and a quick snapshot of what stages your projects are in, the in-hand stage for your projects, and allows my team to prioritize their day to get the most done in the shortest amount of time. Also within that production dashboard, we tend to use the next action a lot. We've created some manual next actions that allow us to look at a project, see what has to happen next, and then sort our reporting by what actions need to do, because then you can do multiple actions at one time.
Oh, that's huge. We have a question from the community. How did you and your team prepare to transition to commonsku? Or, how did you prep your team? What was that process like for you? I know we're digging back into the archives here, but
Yeah, no, of course, great question. It started with prayer. Um, it's followed with drinks after 5 o'clock. But honestly, it's about buy-in. I think once you get your team to understand the goals of what the platform is going to do, um, it helps. We also did things in stages. So we didn't jump out of our old ERP and into commonsku overnight. We transitioned certain aspects of commonsku while still using the old platform, and then
right.
slowly took things from the platform and put them into commonsku. Um, I think obviously transitioning ERP or CRM is one of the biggest things a company can do. So it
Yeah.
does have to be done strategically.
Since adopting the right tech tools is such a critical choice for distributors who want to grow, what advice would you give those who are thinking about adopting commonsku?
All right, I would say any change that you make especially to an ERP or CRM system, is going to be difficult. I don't think you can change what that's going to look like. But I think what you can do is you can manage your expectations, you can manage your team's expectations, and getting buy-in goes a long way. I would
Mhm.
look at your A plus players on your team, make sure those A plus players have buy-in. And for me, it was a great trickle down. I got that buy-in, and that trickle down went down to the rest of the team.